I really hope you had a lot of fun uh, building the entire project. It is a lot of work, um, but it is a project that you can refer back to and actually continue to improve for quite some time. It's one of my favorite things to do is to develop libraries completely from scratch and to just really take a hold of the ecosystem that Python offers to developers and kind of just do whatever I want with the language. So with that said, there's still quite a bit more to do in this project if you wish. Number one is that there are many different implementations for the methods that you could probably come up with. Some might be better or even faster than the ones that I developed. So I wasn't necessarily going for the very fastest implementations, but typically focus on the cleanest and the clearest implementations during the project. So you can go through and now that you have the unit tests, especially, you can feel comfortable going back and rewriting some of the code and and seeing if you can get it working a little bit better. An obvious thing that you should think about doing is just adding more functionality. So there's quite a lot of functionality that can be added to the project, and one way to figure out what kind of functionality you'd like to add is to simply go to the pandas documentation and to read up on some of the methods and functions that are available to it and to implement those for yourself. So for instance, say you want to add in functionality to read in data from a SQL database. Well, you can go ahead and you can write a function for that. If you wanted to write a group by method, that's a very powerful method that we did not do, but we sort of implemented in one scenario with pivot table. But regardless, there's lots of other functionality that's available, and I encourage you to look into pandas and to take some of the methods that we did not implement and put them into pandas cub. So if you do add more functionality, you need to write tests. You absolutely need to write the unit tests, and if you look inside the test dataframe.py file, you'll be able to see how I wrote the tests, and you should more or less be able to just follow that pattern of test writing and write your own tests whenever you write more functionality. You can even write tests on cases that were not covered during the project. So yeah, testing is something you can definitely expand on. There's also many more special methods that we did not that we did not get into. So for instance, the abs special method, dunder abs, can be used to make your data frame object work whenever someone calls the abs function in Python. So, and there's many more like that. So to figure out what kind of special methods are available, I've already recommended this, but you really need to look at the Python data model and actually read the entire document from the beginning. It's a very, very long document, but it is an extremely important one, and probably one of the most important ones in the actual documentation itself. So if you go through here, you'll learn quite a bit more about what is available in Python itself, and you'll be able to implement even more special methods so that your data frame can operate with other functions and other operators built into the language. Okay, so that basically does it for this project. I hope you had a lot of fun again building it. I'm going to have many more videos to come. You can also check out my website. I have lots of tutorials on my website. I have a new book coming out called Master Data Analysis with Python. So lots of good stuff. Hopefully you can stick with me and subscribe and stay tuned for lots of other projects involving the Python data science ecosystem.